Hello everyone, my name is Daniel MC17 and I am here to bring you another review for Shuriken Sentai Ninninger Episode 2. The episode starts off with a recap of what happened on the previous episode. After the events of that episode, we cut to where the ninja's hideout is, which is the new ninjutsu dojo which the last ninja made. And so everyone is impressed by what the granddad has done. Takaharu, very excited, saying, "Oh, is this where you're going to train us?" But then the granddad is like, no, thank you. And Takaharu is saying, why? He's like, because I'm too old and I don't have time for you guys, unless you can catch me. There, Takaharu transforms into Aka Ninja form. And the granddad does a shadow clone jutsu, you could say, and he knocks him out with a paper fan. So the last ninja easily gets the win and says they all lack mentality. Well, they ask what is mentality. He puts the offer on the table. Whoever has the most ninjutsu and the most mentality will have my title as the last ninja. So Takaharu gets up all excited, and then the opening intro begins. I had mixed feelings about the opening intro at first, but now it started to grow on me. It started to get catchy. It started to get impulsive. Started to hype me up for the episode that's coming up next. Then after the opening intro, we cut to the ninjutsu dojo, where the father and uncle is teaching them about ninjutsu. They're asking why is he teaching it? Because he's the only one that can, since his dad, the last ninja, cannot do it. And so they start reading from a textbook. First lesson, they are told to master their Gotonin Shuriken, which is a elemental Shuriken. So Nagi tries to master it with a wood technique. Nothing happens. Fuka tries to master wind, but she gets blown away with bits of wood on her. Well, Nagi apologizes. Kasumi comes by and tries to do a earth technique, and it just the ground beneath Fuka just explodes in her face while she apologizes. Then Takaharu comes and tries to do a metal steel technique, and the tub just falls on top of Fuka, which was very hilarious in my opinion. He apologizes, but Fuka was saying, I ain't having none of that. He spins the shuriken, tries to do a water technique, and water just splashes on top of her. Why? Because ninjas. So Cloud comes by and is like, let me show you how it's done. He spins the shuriken, does a fire technique, warming everybody up. And he says this is and he starts to get cocky, saying this is too easy. What he learned in magic school was way better compared to what it is. Ninjas don't seem appealing to him. He's having none of this. He's saying, hey, apologize to our grandfather. Put your hands together and apologize to our grandfather. Cloud is saying, I'm not going to do that. And then Takaharu is trying to say all the achievements his grandfather has done, like, he defeated 30 pandas in China. He's communicated with aliens 30 times. He defeated 30 foot-long snakes and eaten some sort of big meal in under 30 minutes. These are a lot of accomplishments. So he's having none of it. Then we get the Gamma guns, or I forgot what they're called. And they are giving a alarm saying that a new Yokai has arrived on the scene, and they go to the Yokai and he's throwing people left and right into the river. That is until the ninjas arrive and start to get the upper hand. They transform, but during that fight, we see that demon cat like Billion again, with his little water gourd or whatever it is, saying this should be enough. But enough for what? Was the question. So they all transform. And they start going to the foot soldiers while Takaharu goes against the main yokai, while Cloud, he just stands there and watches everyone. Then they go into this little meadow, and we get an impromptu sumo match between Takaharu and the Yokai. Japan, everyone! Japan! Only Japan. And Super Sentai. Don't forget Super Sentai. Yokai defeated Takaharu in that sumo match, well, with an overarm throw into a river, but since he's a ninja, he can stand and walk on water. Naruto style. Yeah. So the other ninjas try and fight the Yokai, but they all are burned with some steam attack, while Yakumo, aka Cloud, just burns him with the elemental Shuriken, and they retreat. Again, saying that he is the best of the team, since he is the one who could dominate this Shuriken, and he takes his leave. Then we see he comes down flying. Well, because he went to magic school, that is why he can fly. So he meets up and Kazumi meets up with him and asks him, what is going on? Why do you like this? He's like, it's not that I don't find ninjas all that. It's just that he is the descendant of a ninja. So it's just in his heritage just to become one. So Kazumi is trying to say to Yakumo that, is it because you can't beat Takaharu in a fight? Is it because you can't beat Takaharu in a fight? Cloud says, are you kidding me? I'm the best out there on the team, and that last battle proved it. He's like, oh really? But Cloud says he just has no interest in carrying his grandfather's will. By throwing a couple into a fountain, then we see Cloud going by. He transformed and tried to beat the Yokai by himself. He tried to take him out using his fire technique, but it proved to be too much for him because the Yokai did his steam attack times 12. Look at me, with twice the power. He de-transforms him. He's about to do it again until Takaharu makes a save. He's like, what? How are you doing this since you couldn't do it last time? He said, I'm one of those guys who does better in a real fight. And we start to get a little sibling rivalry between Yakumo and Takaharu. He says, before you talk shit about our grandpa, you have to beat me first. He's like, alright, I'll do it. So they get their second win, and they still get their own sibling rivalry beginning right then and there. Yokai is defeated with a double team by Takaharu and Yakumo. So he's destroyed and he's saying, why? Hey, that was my kill. No, it was my kill. They start a little argument, and then the demon cat does a demon technique to make the Yokai grow. So they call the swords, and they form Shuriken. He starts flying away, and Takaharu's like, no, I'll go catch him. So he removes his sword from Shuriken. He starts chasing him, and when he jumps off a building, he can't quite reach him, and he's falling. The Kappa catches him. He starts hitting him, and he asks for help. And who else helped him? No one except Yakumo. So he removes his dragon from the sword, and he saves Takaharu. He's like, okay, let's do this again. Shuriken Gatai. But no, Cloud beats him to the punch, and we get the transformation for Shuriken Dragon, which is, instead of Shinobi Maru as the main guy in the chair, it is now the dragon. And I gotta say, I like this better than the regular Shuriken. While they still have their own sibling rivalry between Takaharu and Yakumo, this was a good way to introduce a new form of Shuriken. They finish him off, and their uncle / father is asking to her grandfather, why aren't you teaching them what you know? He's like, well, because I'm too old to fight Kiba Oni, and besides, I want to see them grow and learn and see if they can inherit my will. They will become strong. Perhaps. Perhaps they will, and perhaps they won't. See, keep a dark layer where with that demon cat again, with that little gourd thingy, and he pours some liquid on top of a mask and revives one of the first members of the Kibaoni army, well, first spears, and we end the episode with a new villain. We get the ending dance, which I will do someday. I don't know, maybe tomorrow, maybe later, who knows, but I will do it someday. And we get a preview for the next episode. I enjoyed this episode. I can't wait for next week's episode. Well, tell me your thoughts in the comments below. Leave a comment, of course. Like and subscribe to this channel if you want to see more Super Sentai reviews like this. My name is Sibling on C17, and I wish you a good day.